afternoon. I am Miss Alexa, if for those of you who don't know me, and I am here with some of my wonderful friends and fellow children's librarians for Mountain Story Magic. We are going to be telling all kinds of really great stories this afternoon. And I'm going to start out. I have two stories to tell you today, one of which I think maybe you have heard before. Has anybody here heard of the Three Billy Goats Gruff? Raise your hand if you've heard it. Okay, I am counting on all of you who raised your hand to help me with this story. I need help with this story. I cannot do it by myself. So I'll let you know when that time comes, okay? All right, so we're going to start out with the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Once upon a time, there were 3 Billy Goats Gruff. They lived high upon a hill where there was not very much grass for them to eat at all, only dry scrub and prickly brambles. But down in the valley below, they could see fields and fields of sweet, fresh, green grass. But in order to get to the valley, they had to cross a very narrow, rickety, wooden bridge. And underneath that bridge, there lived a nasty, smelly, mean old troll. Now, I'm sure all of you have heard of this troll. Am I right? Yes? But the three...
I have even read the book.
You have? Oh my goodness, so you know all about it. But the 3 Billy Goats Gruff had not. And so they started out on their way to go to the Green Valley. The smallest Billy Goat Gruff went first, and he began to cross the bridge. Now this is the part where I need your help. Can you guys help me make the noise that he makes when he crosses the bridge? He goes, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Who's that trip-trapping across my bridge? Growled the mean old troll, swinging himself up onto the bridge by his long, hairy arms. Ew. It's me, the first Billy Goat Gruff, said the smallest Billy Goat Gruff. My, what a tasty morsel you are, said the mean old troll. I can't wait to gobble you up. Oh, please don't eat me, said the smallest Billy Goat Gruff. I'm really very scrawny. I wouldn't make a very good meal at all. But if you wait, my brother is coming along behind me. He'll be here any minute. I'm sure you would much rather eat him. He would make a much better meal. Well, all right, said the troll. And he stood back to let the first Billy Goat Gruff pass. And so the first Billy Goat Gruff continued on his way. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Across the bridge and into the Green Valley. Now, it wasn't very long before the second Billy Goat Gruff came along, and he too began to cross the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Who's that trip-trapping across my bridge? Shouted the mean old troll, jumping up onto the bridge in front of the second Billy Goat Gruff. It's me, the second Billy Goat Gruff, said the second Billy Goat Gruff. Said the mean old troll. You look just as tasty as your brother. I can't wait to gobble you up. Oh, you don't want to eat me, said the second Billy Goat Gruff. Why, just as soon as you got done eating me, you'd only be hungry again. But if you wait, my brother is coming along behind me. He is much bigger than me, and he would make a much more satisfying meal for a great big troll such as yourself. Well, I guess that makes sense, said the troll. And he stood back to let the second Billy Goat Gruff pass. So the second Billy Goat Gruff continued on his way. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Across the bridge and into the Green Valley. Oh boy, said the troll. Now I'm gonna have a real meal. and he hunkered down under the bridge to wait for the third billy goat Gruff. He didn't have to wait very long, because just a few minutes later, the third billy goat Gruff did come along, and he too began to cross the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Who's that trip-trapping across my bridge? Bellowed the mean old troll, leaping up onto the bridge before the third billy goat Gruff. It's me, the third billy goat Gruff, said the third billy goat Gruff. "Ooh," said the mean old troll. "You look tasty as both your brothers together. I can't wait to gobble you up." "Oh, no, you won't," said the third billy goat Gruff. And he lowered his head, stuck out his horns, and butted the mean old troll right in the stomach. He sent him sailing clear over the side of the bridge and into the swift-moving waters below. "Help! Help!" said the mean old troll as the current carried him away, never to be seen again. And the third billy goat Gruff continued on his way. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Across the bridge and into the Green Valley, where the three billy goats Gruff still live to this day. The end. All right, guys, I'd like to tell you another story today, too. This is the story that I think maybe you haven't heard before. This one was new to me when I first read it. This one is called Henri and the Loup-Garou. It comes from the French-Canadian tradition, and you can find a book right here in our library by the same name. So this is Henri and the Loup-Garou. Once upon a time, there was a woodcutter named Henri. He lived far out in the deep woods with his wife and his 3 daughters. One day, Henri decided to go into town to sell the firewood he had been chopping. And so he asked his daughters, "Is there anything you'd like me to pick up for you while I'm in town?" "Oh," said the oldest, "ribbons for my hair." "And candy," said the second. "Well, now what about you?" he asked his youngest daughter. "Is there anything you'd like me to get for you in town?" "I would like you to bring back a story," she said. So Henri agreed, and he started to pack up his cart with cords of firewood to sell in town. Now, as he was doing this, his wife came to him, and she said, "Henri, please remember to come back before dark. You don't want to be stuck out in the woods in the middle of the night because the Loup-Garou might get you." Henri, he promised he would be back before nightfall, and he set out, driving his horse and cart through the woods to town. And before very long, the sky began to cloud over, and big, fat drops of rain started to fall on Henri's head. Suddenly, there was a flash and a crash, and a big bolt of lightning struck the ground right in front of Henri. Now, thinking quickly, he got out of his cart, and he rolled a big stone over the lightning, trapping it underneath. And then he got back in his cart, and he continued driving to town. When he got there, he sold all of his firewood, and he bought ribbons and candy. But where am I going to get a story to tell? Henri asked himself. So he went to talk to the butcher, and the baker, and the school teacher, and the trapper, and the cartwright. But nobody had any stories he could tell. And by now, the sun was starting to go down. Henri thought he had better start heading home. So he got back in his cart, and he started driving through the woods. But by the time he reached the middle, the sun had gone down, and Henri could see the moon through the branches in the trees. Behind him on the path, a wolf howled. "Ow!" Henri's horse started to get nervous. Now, Henri started to get nervous too, so he flicked the reins, and the horse started to go a little bit faster. Henri looked behind his shoulder to check on the path, and there he saw 2 big yellow eyes looking back at him. The Loup-Garou! Oh no, Henri flicked his reins again and the horse went a little bit faster, but now Henri could hear the heavy padding of paws on the path behind him. Henri flicked the reins again and the horse broke into a gallop, but the Loup-Garou jumped up onto the back of the empty cart and it sank its teeth into the seat behind Henri. Henri jumped out of the cart and he rolled on the ground, and there was the stone he had used earlier to trap the lightning. Henri ran over, he pried up the stone, and a big bolt of lightning shot out and singed all of the fur off of the Loup-Garou. He sent it yowling off into the woods.
What?
The Loup-Garou. Henri picked up his hat, dusted it off, and he started on his way back home as quickly as he could go. When he got there, his family was waiting for him in the door. "Whew," said Henri. "Am I glad to be home. Candy and ribbons, those are easy to get. But a story, that is hard work." The end.